Mali's interim Prime Minister Sinko has promised that nationwide elections will be held in July. France, whose swift intervention has helped push Islamist rebels out of their northern strongholds, is pressing for presidential and legislative elections to be held quickly to complete Mali's transition to democracy. But there are concerns that there is not enough time for adequate preparation and that a botched election could sow the seeds for further unrest and conflict between the country's north and south. Kate Parkinson reports from Bamako.
The streets of Bamako are bustling. But here people are still shaken by just how close Al-Qaeda-linked fighters came to the capital. Mali was once an example of democracy in what is known as West Africa's coup belt, but the country has been mired in turmoil since March last year. But with elections on the horizon, there is hope that life will soon return to normal.
At the moment, we're in times of war. If the elections happen and we have a new president, it will be good for the country to find once again the stability it once had. That's why the elections are important.
I think the elections are a good thing, because until we have a legitimate president, the country will never find peace.
The elections are scheduled for July, but Mali has a long way to go before the country goes to the polls. The Malian government has just extended a state of emergency across the entire country, and French troops are still carrying out operations in the north to try and rid the country's vast desert and mountainous regions of Al-Qaeda-linked fighters. A suicide bombing in the northern town of Kidal on Friday was a deadly reminder of the country's ongoing security crisis. For some, holding nationwide elections so soon is an impossible task.
The region of Kidal is still occupied by the MNLA. The state is not present in that region, and it's a very vast area. The state is also not present in the regions of Gao and Timbuktu, so it's assumed that the elections will take place only in one part of the country, and that would make it a bad election.
The Islamist militants have been forced out of the northern towns, but secular rebel groups remain, and the government is failing to reassert control. The country remains divided, and although people here have hope, they also concede that Mali's future will be difficult and uncertain. Kate Parkinson, CCTV, Bamako.